7 ways to attract someone who truly adores you. To attract someone who adores you. It starts with you long before they arrive. Real, lasting adoration doesn't come from trying to impress or pretending to be perfect. It comes with authenticity, confidence, and inner peace. When you're grounded in your self-worth and emotionally open, you become naturally magnetic to people who are capable of deep love. This process isn't about playing games or following dating trends. It's about becoming someone who's so aligned with their truth, they attract a partner who sees it and adores it. If you've ever asked yourself how to attract someone who truly adores you, the answer is simpler than you think. Love who you are first, and everything else will align. The psychology behind why we adore certain people. Before diving into how to attract someone who adores you, it's important to understand the science behind human connection. Adoration isn't just chemistry. It's rooted in emotional safety, psychological mirroring, and meaningful communication. Here's what the research shows. According to a study in psychological science, people are more likely to feel adored when there's mutual emotional availability and vulnerability. When we open up authentically, we trigger the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which builds connection and trust. A long-term Harvard study, the Harvard Study of Adult Development, found that emotional warmth, empathy, and reliability matter more than physical appearance for long-term attraction and deep connection. Arthur Aaron's famous closeness experiment. In a landmark study, psychologist Arthur Aaron found that just 45 minutes of structured, meaningful questions between strangers significantly increased feelings of closeness and even romantic connection. 1. Practice self-love and growth daily. What is the most overlooked step in attracting true love? It's consistently loving yourself, not just on the good days. When you make self-love a daily practice, you create a strong foundation that naturally draws in someone who respects and adores you. True personal growth in relationships begins with how you treat yourself. Do you speak kindly to yourself? Do you set healthy boundaries? Do you give yourself space to evolve and heal? These self-love practices don't just improve your confidence, they shift your energy, and energy doesn't lie. Being someone who only needs compliments rather than completion is one of the most effective ways to attract true love. When you embrace growth, wholeness, and self-respect, you stop chasing love and start attracting it with grace. 2. Be authentically yourself to attract someone who loves you. Stop trying to be what you think they want and be yourself. In the world of dating, authenticity is magnetic. Why? Because wearing a mask prevents a genuine connection from occurring. Being authentic in dating means showing up with honesty, not perfection. It means sharing your quirks, your values, and your truth, even if it feels a little vulnerable. That emotional bravery is what draws the right person in. Are you seeking ways to enhance your emotional appeal? It's not about charm or clever lines. It's about consistency, emotional presence, and the courage to be real in a world full of filters, because the right person won't adore a performance. They'll adore the real you. 3. Know what you want and be clear about it. If you don't know what kind of love you're looking for, it's easy to attract the kind that leaves you confused or unfulfilled. Clarity is powerful, and it's one of the most overlooked steps in how to attract someone who loves you in a meaningful, lasting way. Before you try to invite the right person into your life, take time to define your relationship values. What matters most to you? What are your non-negotiables? What does being adored look like for you? Here's solid relationship advice for singles. Confident energy starts with self-awareness. When you're clear about what you want and communicate it with grace, you won't chase love. You'll naturally attract someone who aligns with your vision and values. 4. Reflect the qualities you seek. It's simple to list the traits you want in a partner, but the real magic happens when you start embodying them yourself. If you're looking for someone kind, consistent, emotionally available, and loyal, ask yourself, am I those things too? The traits that attract the right partner are often the same ones we need to cultivate within. When you become a mirror of the love you want, you naturally draw in someone who recognizes and respects your energy. The most lovable people aren't perfect. They're aligned. They live in integrity, lead with love, and attract relationships that reflect that same frequency. So if you're wondering what qualities make you lovable, start here. Be what you hope to receive. Love flows to those who radiate it first. 5. Build an emotional connection through presence. In a world full of distractions, presence is rare and incredibly attractive. If you want to build an emotional connection that lasts, slow down and truly be there. Put down the phone. Make eye contact. Listen not just to words, but to the emotions underneath them. Emotional connection isn't built overnight. It grows in those quiet, intentional moments when someone feels deeply seen and safe enough to be themselves. Want to connect deeply with someone? Start by offering your full attention. It's one of the simplest, most powerful ways to say, "You matter to me," because the heart reacts to presence, and the more present you are, the stronger the bond becomes. 6. Communicate with compassion and confidence. Communication is where emotional intimacy begins, and where it either deepens or dissolves. If you want to attract someone who adores you, never underestimate the power of your words and your energy. Confidence means you can express your needs without guilt and listen without defensiveness. It's about creating safety through clarity, where both hearts feel seen, not judged. Honesty in love doesn't have to cut. The most attractive truth is the one wrapped in compassion. It says, "Here's who I am, and I care enough to understand who you are too." When you communicate with courage and kindness, you create space for real intimacy, where adoration grows effortlessly. 7. Stay open to love without forcing it. Letting go of control is one of the most powerful and overlooked steps to attract true love. You don't have to force chemistry or chase connection. Love meant for you flows without pressure. When you trust the timing of your life, you release anxious energy. And that's when adoration finds you, naturally. Being open means staying receptive without clinging. It means believing you're worthy even before love shows up, because the right person won't require convincing. They'll feel your effortless energy and choose you freely. Final thoughts. Real love adores the real you. Attracting someone who truly adores you isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about becoming so rooted in your truth that the right person sees your light and chooses to stay close to it. So have the courage to express your full self, because the right love will never ask you to shrink. It will adore you as you rise